So now we are going to discuss about another web app. It's about a chatbot. So we are going to create a chatbot with the knowledge base of website. So which means user can give any website. The system will scrap the content of the website, right? And then use that website content as a knowledge base. And then whenever user or whatever the user asks anything about that particular business or that particular site, the chatbot will able to answer those questions, right? So the application is divided into three sections. One is to create a UI part for a chatbot. Second, about web scraping, and the third is about ChatGPT integrations, right? How to integrate the ChatGPT and then how to make the ChatGPT to respond like a chatbot. Okay, so there are two different types of chatbot that we are going to see that we will discuss in the later section. Right. So first, we are creating an application using a Streamlit for our chatbot. Okay, so there are two forms. One is where user will enter the website. The second is where user can enter the message or it's a chatbot script. So this is our main function. This is where our execution start. So you can see there are two cases. In if website URL is not in the session state, right? So we are maintaining a session state for this particular application. So is kind of a local storage. Okay. If there is no key called website URL, then display input form. If there is a website URL in the session state, then directly display the chatbot interface. As I said, there are two screen. One is to get the input website, then other one is the chatbot interface. So these two are a function. If you go to input form, this is a function where you can see the title and also subtitle, customer support chatbot application, and then you can see enter website URL to scrap. So user can enter any website. So here just a text area where you can enter the website URL. And then there will be a button called submit. Once user click that button, the web scraping process will take place. So what we are doing is we are sending that website URL to a function called scrap content. So this function will scrap the content of the website and store it somewhere else, right? So it may store as a text file or whatever it is. Okay, and then if there is a content in that particular website, because there are cases where you don't get content from the website, or there may be scenarios where website may be protected from all this web scraping and all these things. In that size, you cannot scrap the cases. So in that scenario, you don't get the content, right? So if content is true, then we are setting our session state. So session state dot website URL equal to whatever the URL we have. Okay, and then we are rerunning the experiment. So which means now rerun in the sense it will automatically go to our main where now this condition will satisfy, right? So automatically it will display the chatbot interface. So that is what rerun. Okay. If there is no content in the website, then we are showing an error to an user like invalid URL. Please enter a valid URL, and then we are stopping that. Okay. Then also we have a try catch just in case if we get any other unexpected error, then we will catch that. So again, so we are using request library, Streamlit library. So this is our main library. And then our custom chatbot module. This is where we integrated ChatGPT in order to make talk like a chatbot. And then we have a library called Beautiful Soup. This is the library that we use for web scraping. Okay. Now we will check with the UI part. Okay. They will check with the UI part. Okay. Now go to terminal and then type stream like run app.py. py. View this. Okay, you can see this our title. This is our website. Yeah. So let's start with some random website. Okay, some random junk website. Let's click this submit. Okay, you get a proper error. So whatever the error message we are getting from the scrapping, that you can see it here. So let's say I give this some websites. This some one company's website about their incoming business. So you can see running. And this is what a chat-based interface. A simple chatbot interface. This is where you can see all the history, and this where you can enter it. Okay, so you can change the chatbot interface, right? With that, even Streamlit they do have a chatbot interface, but this is a simple chatbot history conversation. Okay, what do we have here is simple. Okay, so this is the chatbot interface code. Okay. Okay, so you can see title, so okay, it's a complete a new screen, right? And we have this website URL from that, and then this is we are initializing our chatbot ChatGPT module, okay? And then if there is no conversation history in the session state, then create one. So we are maintaining a list of conversation history, whatever happened so far with the chatbot, right? And then we are assigning that we are taking a new variable conversation history and then fetching it from the session state. So whenever user enters something or whenever bot replaces something, we are directly applying updating our session state. Okay, and then our user input. Okay, we are getting user input here, and once user clicks this button send, then we will process that input. So can we are getting a bot response for that user input, right? And here, as I said, there are two types of chatbot. One is maintaining the context, other one is without maintaining the context. So the context in the sense whatever user has talked so far in with the bot. That's a maintaining the context. Let's say in the first question, I may ask something about what is apple. In the next question, if I ask, does it sweet? So here that it refers to the previous question's apple, right? If we maintain the context, then chatbot will be able to retain that information. Okay, the user is referring it here with our previous question. Okay, that is a maintaining a context here. Whereas here in this simple chatbot, what we are doing is we are not maintaining a context, right? The only difference is maintaining a context and without maintaining a context is just sending this conversation history. Okay, that we will add later. Okay, so chatbot dot get response for this user response, the chatbot will get the response from the ChatGPT based on the extracted or scrapped website content. Okay, and then we are updating our chat history with the sender name user, sender name bot, a message, whatever the message we have. We are also updating our conversation history, session conversation history. And then this is where we are displaying our conversation in the window. Okay, so you can see we are iterating over our conversation history, and then based on the sender type, we are creating a chatbot history. This looks like a conversation history. Now, very simple. If we send this conversation history text to a chatbot, so this is what happened so far. And then if you send this history, then the chatbot will be able to retain the context. Okay. So first thing we are going to maintain without we are going to have a conversation with the chatbot without context, and then we alter this code, and then we'll have the contextual conversation as well. Okay. So we have two functions. One is to get the input, then other one is to get the response for the user input. Okay. Thank you.